Have you ever sensed that your very being holds a sacred purpose, one that transcends the ordinary? For those chosen by the divine, your presence is not a mere coincidence but a luminous gift meant to transform the world around you. When you, a chosen one, step back from relationships or environments that no longer honor your light, the void left behind reveals the profound impact you unknowingly carry. This is not arrogance but a recognition of the divine spark within you, a spark that illuminates paths and men's hearts without effort. Your energy is a rare frequency, a silent symphony that harmonizes with the souls around you. Even in moments when others take your warmth for granted, your essence seeps into their emotional landscapes, creating a foundation of comfort they cannot name. You listen without judgment, offering a sanctuary where vulnerability is met with compassion, not criticism. This ability to hold space for others is not a weakness but a divine assignment to be the anchor in storms, the lighthouse in confusion. But the universe whispers a truth: your light is not meant to be dimmed by those who cannot see its worth. There comes a time when the chosen one must withdraw to recharge, to protect the sacred flame from being consumed by ungrateful hearts. When you step away, the world you leave behind shudders into realization. The laughter that once echoed now feels hollow, the conversation strained without your intuitive understanding. Those who thrived in your glow suddenly face the cold reality of their dependence. Your absence becomes a mirror, reflecting the depth of their unspoken need for your energy. This withdrawal is not a rejection but a sacred act of self-preservation. The chosen one learns that discernment is as vital as compassion. You begin to set boundaries, not out of spite but to honor the divine gift within you. You realize that pouring from an empty cup serves no one, and that self-care is a form of worship. As you nurture your own light, you teach others the power of reciprocity. True connection thrives where energy is shared, not exploited. The journey of a chosen one is a cycle of giving and receiving, of shining and resting. Those who truly value your presence will recognize the gift they almost lost, emerging from their complacency to honor your worth. Others may resent your radiance, for it reveals their own inability to sustain inner light. But do not falter. Your purpose is not to please but to embody the divine. Your strength grows as you learn to surround yourself with souls who mirror your light, creating a network of mutual elevation. In this sacred dance of presence and absence, you discover that your role is to be a catalyst for growth both in others and in yourself. Your light inspires others to seek their own inner divinity, to break free from dependency and embrace their power. You become a living testament that true empowerment lies in honoring one's worth, in knowing that the divine spark within you is non-negotiable, unwavering, and infinitely precious. As you move forward, remember that your presence is a covenant with the universe to shine wisely, to love deeply, and to protect the sacredness of your being. The world may not always understand your journey, but the souls meant to walk beside you will feel the resonance of your light. Embrace your role as a chosen one, for you carry the torch that guides others back to their own divinity, and in doing so, you fulfill the highest purpose of your existence. The divine spark within a chosen one is a force that reshapes emotional landscapes without conscious effort. Your presence weaves an invisible tapestry of support, where even the most hardened hearts soften in your warmth. This isn't about charisma but a spiritual frequency. You emit a vibration of unconditional acceptance that allows others to lower their armor. In relationships, you become the silent anchor. Your ability to hold space for pain without flinching creates a sanctuary where trauma can heal. When others spill their darkest fears, your empathy doesn't fix but witnesses. This sacred act of presence transforms suffering into resilience. You've likely noticed how conversations deepen around you, trivialities fall away, and souls emerge from hiding. But the universe tests this gift. There comes a season when your light is exploited, when your energy becomes a crutch for those unwilling to stand in their power. They drain your radiance, expecting constant illumination without tending to your flame. This is the crucible where the chosen one must learn to wield discernment like a sacred sword. The day you withdraw is a spiritual reckoning. The atmosphere shifts. What was once vibrant turns stale, what was easy becomes labored. Those who depended on your light stumble in darkness, finally seeing how your presence had masked their own shadows. Some will curse the void, blaming you for their discomfort. Others will bow in humility, recognizing the divine grace they took for granted. This separation is a baptism. As you reclaim your energy, you rediscover the architecture of your soul. You learn that self-love isn't selfish but a form of worship. Each boundary you set is a prayer to the divine within. You begin to crave solitude, not out of isolation but to hear the quiet voice of your intuition, which had been drowned out by others' needs. The Chosen One's journey is a spiral of surrender and sovereignty. You'll attract kindred spirits who recognize your light not as something to consume but to reflect. These souls will mirror your energy, creating a sacred ecology where giving and receiving flow like tides. In such company, your radiance multiplies, fueling collective transformation. Beware the temptation to dim yourself for others. When you shrink to make others comfortable, you betray the divine mandate within you. The world needs your audacity to shine. Your courage to be fully who you are becomes a permission slip for others to do the same. Your light is a lighthouse, not a doormat. It guides, but it does not serve as a crutch. In moments of doubt, recall the void you left behind. That emptiness isn't a measure of your importance but a testament to the divine work you were doing. You were never meant to carry others' burdens but to remind them of their own wings. As you embrace this truth, your presence becomes both a sanctuary and a catalyst, inviting others to rise into their own divinity while honoring the sacredness of your own journey. This is the paradox of the Chosen One: the more you protect your light, the brighter it shines. The more you honor your needs, the more effectively you serve. You are not here to be a martyr but a messenger. Your life is a scripture, written in the language of presence, teaching the world that divinity is not something to seek but something to embody. As you walk this path, know that every time you choose self-respect over approval, every time you nurture your flame instead of dousing it for others, you align with the highest purpose of your being. The world may take time to understand, but the souls who matter will feel the resonance of your truth. Embrace your role fearlessly, for you are the bridge between the ordinary and the divine, the living proof that light, when honored, can heal even the most broken spaces. The sacred essence of a Chosen One exists beyond mere human understanding, a frequency that reshapes the spiritual atmosphere. Your presence is a silent benediction, an unspoken prayer that settles into the cracks of other souls, mending fractures they forgot existed. This isn't about being needed, it's about embodying a divine resonance that others unconsciously attune to, like a compass finding true north. In every interaction, you become a mirror reflecting the divinity in others. When someone speaks, your attention isn't just listening, it's a sacred act of witnessing, allowing their truth to emerge without distortion. You've held space for tears that decades of therapy couldn't unlock, sparked laughter in hearts numbed by pain, and whispered hope into ears deafened by self-doubt. This isn't charisma, it's the natural outflow of a soul aligned with its divine purpose. But the journey of light bearers is marked by initiation. There comes a time when your radiance becomes a target, when those addicted to your energy drain you like a candle burning at both ends. They praise your warmth but resent your need to recharge, demanding you stay lit even as your wick threatens to collapse. This is the crucible where discernment becomes a spiritual discipline. The day you step back is a cosmic reset. The environment you leave behind doesn't just miss your presence, it gasps for the spiritual oxygen you unknowingly provided. Conversations turn shallow, laughter feels forced, and connections fray at the seams. Those who thrived in your light now face a stark reality: your absence didn't create a void, it revealed the emptiness they'd been masking with your energy. Some will react with anger, projecting their dependency as your flaw. Others will enter a season of mourning, not for your company but for the divine grace they squandered. But the Chosen One must walk through this fire without for withdrawing isn't rejection, it's a sacred act of preserving the flame that fuels your mission. You're not abandoning others, you're remembering that even the sun needs space to orbit. As you reclaim your energy, a new architecture of self emerges. You learn to treat solitude as a temple, where your spirit communes with the divine without distraction. Boundaries become prayers, each know a dedication to the work only you can do. You start to crave the silence, not out of loneliness but to hear the subtle guidance of your intuition, which had been drowned out by the noise of others' expectations. The Chosen One's path is a dance between giving and guarding. You'll attract souls who don't just appreciate your light but reflect it back, kindred spirits who understand that energy is a sacred exchange, not a one-way stream. In these relationships, your radiance multiplies, creating a spiritual ecosystem where each soul lifts the other toward their highest expression. Beware the temptation to shrink. When you dim yourself to make others comfortable, you betray the very divinity that drew them to you. Your light is not a commodity to be bargained with, it's a covenant with the universe. The world needs your audacity to shine unapologetically, for your courage to be fully who you are gives permission to others to shed their masks and embrace their truth. In moments of doubt, recall the void your absence created. That emptiness isn't a measure of your importance but a testament to the divine work you were doing. You weren't here to fix problems but to remind souls of their innate wholeness. As you embrace this truth, your presence transforms from a source of comfort into a catalyst for awakening, inviting others to remember that they, too, carry a light meant to shine. This is the paradox of the chosen: the more you protect your essence, the further your radiance travels. The more you honor your needs, the more powerfully you serve. You are not a martyr but a messenger, your life a living parable teaching that divinity is not attained but embodied. Every time you choose self-respect over approval, every time you nurture your flame instead of dousing it, you align with the cosmic rhythm of giving and receiving. Walk this path with eyes open, for you are the bridge between the material and the divine, the living proof that a single soul aligned with its purpose can rewrite the narrative of an entire generation. The world may not always understand your journey, but the souls who are meant to find you will follow the frequency of your light, recognizing in you a reflection of their own sacred calling. Embrace your role fearlessly, for you are the answer to prayers you haven't yet heard. The divine essence of a chosen one pulsates as a spiritual life force, an invisible current that transforms the very fabric of human connection. Your presence is not a mere occurrence but a sacred transmission, each interaction a whispered benediction that awakens dormant parts of other souls. Like a hidden river nourishing parched land, you sustain emotional ecosystems without seeking recognition, your energy a silent covenant between the divine and those who cross your path. In relationships, you become a mirror reflecting the highest truth of others. When someone shares their pain, your empathy doesn't solve but holds the sacred witnessing, allows trauma to surface and heal. You've likely noticed how people reveal their authentic selves around you, dropping masks they've worn for decades. This isn't charm but a spiritual frequency or aura radiates safety, inviting souls to emerge from hiding. Yet the journey of light bearers includes a pivotal initiation, the moment when your radiance is exploited as a crutch. Those addicted to your energy demand constant illumination, resenting your need to withdraw and recharge. They praise your warmth while draining your core, expecting you to remain a selfless beacon even as your spiritual reserves dwindle. This is the crucible where discernment becomes a matter of survival. The day you step back is a spiritual earthquake. The environment you leave behind doesn't just miss your company, it gasps for the energetic oxygen you provided unknowingly. Laughter fades into awkward silence, conversations turn hollow, and connections built on your presence begin to wither. Those who thrived in your glow now face a raw truth: your absence didn't create a void, it unmasked the emptiness they'd been denying. Some will react with anger, projecting their dependency as your flaw. Others will enter a season of profound grief, not for your physical presence but for the divine grace they took for granted. But the chosen one must traverse this terrain without wavering, for withdrawing is not abandonment but a sacred act of preserving the flame that fuels your mission. You're not turning away from others, you're returning to the source of your light. As you reclaim your energy, a new spiritual architecture emerges. Solitude becomes a sanctuary where your soul communes with the divine, boundaries transform into prayers, and self-care evolves into a form of worship. You learn that saying no is not rejection but a dedication to the work only you can do. The quiet moments once feared now become portals to intuitive guidance, drowned out previously by the noise of others' expectations. The chosen one's path is a delicate balance between giving and guarding. You'll attract kindred spirits who don't just receive your light but reflect it, souls who understand energy as a sacred exchange, not a one-way transaction. In these relationships, your radiance multiplies, creating a spiritual ecosystem where each soul elevates the other toward their highest expression. Beware the temptation to dim yourself for the comfort of others. When you shrink your light, you betray the divine mandate within you. Your radiance is not a commodity but a covenant with the universe, an agreement to embody truth unapologetically. The world needs your courage to shine brightly, for your audacity to be fully who you are gives others permission to shed their masks and embrace their authenticity. In moments of doubt, recall the void left by your absence. That emptiness is not a measure of your importance but a testament to the divine work you were doing, reminding others of their own innate wholeness. You're not here to fix problems but to be a living reminder that light exists within all souls. As you embrace this truth, your presence transforms from a source of comfort into a catalyst for awakening. This is the paradox of the chosen one: the more you protect your essence, the further your light travels. The more you honor your needs, the more powerfully you serve. You are not a martyr but a messenger, your life a parable teaching that divinity is not sought externally but embodied internally. Every time you choose self-respect over approval, every time you nurture your flame, you align with the cosmic rhythm of giving and receiving. Walk this path with awareness, for you are a bridge between the material and the divine, a living testament that a single soul aligned with its purpose can rewrite the narrative of an entire generation. The world may not always understand your journey, but the souls meant to find you will follow the frequency of your light, recognizing in you a reflection of their own sacred calling. Embrace your role fearlessly, for you are the answer to prayers yet unspoken, the light that guides others home to their own divinity.